عودتها عودتها.
Not.
Rosie was a juvenile female monkey that resided in the Angkor Thom region, close to the country's historic monuments. She was a part of a sizable troop of monkeys that were used to interacting with people since they frequently got food from visitors and residents. Rosie had given birth to her first child, Roly, a year earlier, but the male monkey who had attacked her and kidnapped him had stolen Roly instead. Rosie was depressed and lonely until she encountered Ramai, a different male monkey who appeared to be interested in her. Rosie and Ramai immediately started dating, and she subsequently got pregnant again. She hoped she would be able to keep her child this time and raise him with Ramai.
Not.
She also believed Ramu would protect her from any danger and stay loyal to her. She trusted him and loved him.
Not.
One day, Rosie experienced a severe stomachache. She was aware that labor had to begin. Away from the obnoxious visitors and the busy highways, she searched for a secure and tranquil location in the forest.
عودتها عودتها.
She went in search of a big tree with thick leaves and climbed it to build a nest. Ramai was supposed to accompany her, but he never showed up. He was occupied with chasing and battling other male and female monkeys. Rosie and their unborn child were all but forgotten by him. Rosie was afraid and isolated. She wishes Ramai had been there to support her. The agony became intolerable, and she began to yell and push. She delivered a baby after a lengthy labor. Newborn boy. He had large eyes, a lengthy tail, and was tiny and hairy. He had both Rosie and Ramai's appearance. He was gorgeous. As Rosie held her newborn boy in her arms, she experienced a wave of love and excitement. He was thoroughly licked, and she held him close to her chest. Roy was the name she gave him. "Roy, you are my son," she said in a soft voice. More than everything in the world, I adore you. I'll look out for you and be at your side always. You are my priceless gift to me. She turned to gaze around in the hopes of spotting Ramai approaching his youngster. However, he was nowhere to be found. Both her and his son's screams went unheard by him. He didn't give a damn about them. He had left them behind. Rosie was unhappy and enraged. She questioned why Ramai had abandoned her and deceived her. She pondered if he would ever return or whether he would attempt to separate Roy from her in the same manner that the other male monkey had done with Roly. She questioned whether she could ever trust a male monkey again. She made the decision to leave the tree and search for a more secure hiding spot for Roy. She did not want to remain in the jungle since it was dangerous because to Ramai might locate them. She yearned to go to a new location where they could live happily and freely. She left the tree while still carrying Roy in her arms. She moved through the woods in search of a route out. She was unaware of the snake creeping across the ground not far from her feet. The snake chose to attack Rosie and Roy after spotting them. When it rushed at them, Rosie's leg was bit. The female monkey named Rosie, who lives in the Anchor Forest, stands out from the other monkeys in her group due to her striking features. She emanates elegance and a feeling of fragility, with a silky, chestnut brown coat and expressive eyes. She is adaptable to the jungle environment as seen by her quick fingers and quick movements. Rosie's first kid marked the beginning of her motherhood journey. This extraordinary connection gave her life meaning and joy. She gave wholehearted commitment to the duties of motherhood, making sure that her children were safe and secure. Rosie fostered her children and gave them the skills they needed via her careful nurturing and protective instincts. To ensure jungle survival, Rosie's second pregnancy, however, signaled a turbulent turning point in her life. In an unforeseen turn of events, the male monkey who had been her companion and co-parent abandoned her and their infant, leaving Rosie to manage the hardships of rearing Roly by herself. The male's whereabouts are still a mystery, leaving Rosie to deal with uncertainty, heartache, and the weight of her increased obligations. Rosie showed tremendous fortitude despite the misery that threatened to swallow her. She resisted giving in to the hardships life had thrown her way. She adapted to her new situation and embraced being a single mother with unyielding tenacity. Drawing power from within, Rosie's days turned into a careful balancing act as she frantically looked for nourishment. She shielded Roly from danger and enlisted the aid of the other monkeys in the neighborhood. She soon realized that the forest harbored both perils and unanticipated allies. Recognizing her misery, other monkeys provided company, exchanged food, and kept an eye on Roly when Rosie needed a little break. Despite Rosie's best attempts, raising a child alone in the bush proved to be too difficult.